Are you worried about video game feminism, but also a fan of the works of Cicierega? Fresh off the white-hot financial success of the landmark premiere 9 people attended, Jordan Owen is at it again! For the low price of 60. You can help noted filmmaker and very happy man Jordan Owen make a documentary about the golden age of Cicierega Online. Why Indiegogo and not Kickstarter, you ask? Because if the project doesn't make its goal, he can still keep all the money. Because you can tell Jordan's a professional because he put the macOS default screensaver on, for extra effect. Come on, nudge the mouse, please. Nudge. It's distract. I can't just nudge.
The game creators themselves.
That's a trick I remember from the Sarkeesian effect, the legendary editing technique known as the jump cut.
Travel and production expenses, as well as promotion and salaries for a 4-person crew. But even more importantly, it will go to pay for the professional quality editing and post-production work that we need to make this film really shine. We have some really cool...
What an amazing professional crossfade right there. That must have taken at least 2 mouse clicks. That'll be 60. But just in case Jordan's insistence that he'll make a good documentary this time I promise didn't sell you, check out this awesome test footage he shot, featuring 2.5 minutes or less of interview footage of a game developer at his house. This footage is honestly so much better looking than the Sarkeesian effect. It has crossfades and B-roll, and the main interview subject is in focus, and most importantly, it isn't made by a racist magician. And this footage only cost $1,500 to make. Wait, what?
And I took out a personal loan with him that I will, for $1,500 that I'll be paying back with interest.
You needed to take out a loan from someone, but bear with me here. There wasn't any money left over from the Sarkeesian effects budget, at least after buying 2 MacBooks and a Mac Mini and a new camera to film his vlogs with. 9 trillion yen. But wait, Corey Cole, creator of the Quest for Glory series, publicly refused to appear in the documentary after looking up Jordan's previous work online.
TLDR. We will not appear in his film. In this documentary, he shows a complete lack of understanding of Sarkeesian's work.
That troglodyte. What sort of idiot judges people based on the things they've said and done in the past? Ugh, liberals. But Jordan's coverage of Sarkeesian has always been above board. He's always focused on the important issues.
They haven't said anything about it, but you might also notice that she's learned to smile like a white person. If you look at...
like the big wide-mouthed grin?
Yeah, if you look at her,
oh, no, don't!
Genuine smiles...
Jordan, no!
Well, she's less genuine all the time, but if you look at, when she's smiling...
Like a white person. He says it like he owns a fucking plantation.
They're especially her upper
no,
lip
stop,
follows
he's
a
still
more
talking about
ethnic
it.
Sort of, there's a curvature to it, where the outer...
She's a wrong smiler. She doesn't smile like her race! She's a wrong smiler! That'll be $54,000, please!
Indicative of how someone from that ethnic background might smile, whereas, and I'm not
talking about...
I'm not
I wonder why he couldn't just talk with Jordan directly. He's famously excellent at responding to criticism.
But if you have a problem with any aspect of the production, fuck you. I don't care if you donated $10,000. I don't care if you donated $10 million. I don't care if you donated bone marrow. Fuck you.
And besides, the music's actually alright, considering that Jordan Owen only knows how to play one instrument as far as I can tell, and that instrument is the world's tiniest violin. You get it? Yeah, it's a tiny violin. I bought this for this joke. Are you happy? I'm funny. I'm funny.
What could be off-putting about this hour-long video? And look how cordial he was when he thought he'd caught Anita Sarkeesian lying about something.
Oh yeah! Yeah, you're fucking finished, fuck right!
I have a hard time wondering why the Coles wouldn't want to associate with Jordan. It couldn't possibly be because of the things he writes and says and does. But don't worry, I'm sure Jordan will plow on regardless and use a portion of the $20,000 he would have spent travelling to interview them to improve the quality elsewhere or research the history in even more depth.
That project has now been cancelled.
Oh, truly, this is a loss for the world of documentary cinema. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Even the title of this video is a deliberate lie for attention.
Ken and Roberta Williams will not speak to me. The 2 guys from Andromeda will not speak to me. Jane Jensen will not speak to me. Jim Walls, Christy Marks, nobody will speak to me.
By Sarkeesian fans killed my documentary, he means the creators of the games I wanted to talk about don't like associating with mean-spirited ballbags who yell and scream at the top of their lungs at women on the internet. But to be fair, there probably wasn't enough space in the title, was there? 7.5 more MacBooks! Let's play a game. I'm going to read you a quote real quick. It's not a question of who's going to let me, it's a question of who's going to stop me. No, that's not a quote from Skeletor, that's from Jordan Owen's personal overlord, Ayn Rand. Jordan loves to pull out his Rand, if you know what I'm saying, at a moment's notice and quote her work verbatim to prove a point, because the argument from authority is totally not fallacious in the slightest. But apparently when Jordan read this part, he misread it as, if someone criticizes your actions, give up and whine about people stopping you. If Jordan can't even be trusted to understand the views of the one person he claims to admire the most, what does that say about his take on the people he doesn't like?
You know that she says context is completely irrelevant, and that if you use if you use the tropes at all, it's bad. And that's just a very shallow interpretation. Or
Did you just have a moment of self-awareness? You're right, it is a shallow interpretation of what she said. You're right. A comical amount of money.
I had now acquired the ability to make a professional-looking, quality documentary film. What I have been working on for 6 months now.
That Al Lowe interview took 6 months? There's a lot of great moments of silent reflection in this video where he just sort of doesn't say anything for a while and looks like he's about to realize something about himself. People saw the things I said and wrote on the internet and now they don't want to work with me and this is everybody's fault but mine.
It's like having Walt Disney call you an asshole.
Now, personally, if Walt Disney, noted racist and fan of Hitler, called me an asshole, I would think of that as a compliment, but I didn't willingly work with Davis Orini, so whatever floats your boat, I guess. Instead, Jordan Owens decided to try and court mainstream success by opening a Patreon.
Get me up to $100 per video on @Patreon so I can hashtag game review, hashtag StarFox0, patreon.com/JordanOwen42, hashtag crowdfunding, hashtag GameDevFed, bleh, 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 bleh.
Every video that you see from me constitutes at least a day's worth of work.
At least a day's worth of... It took a day to film yourself talking to a camera for 20 minutes? Do you live in a black hole? Do you experience time dilation? This isn't real, how is it?
So far I've made about $2,000 in sales of the Sarkeesian effect. Laugh it up if you want.
No, I don't think I will, thank you. I don't need permission to laugh at you, fascist. Although to be fair, it's pretty funny.
Also, there's an additional personal reason, which is that I would like very much to spend Christmas with somebody. They know who they are.
Don't worry, Jordan. We all know who that is.
And I'll tell you right now, my favorite dancer at my favorite club is Molly at Tattletales. Go look her up and you'll find out why.
When a libertarian masturbates to completion, does that technically make their dick a fountainhead?
Don't worry, Jordan. I started taking Patreon seriously in December, and look where it got me! Oh. Speaking of money, noted mass murderer Anita Sarkeesian's company, Feminist Frequency, likes to feminist frequently release PDF documents explaining what they did with all their money and the general state of their financials. They even have cute little pie charts and graphs showing you visually where all the money went. I'm yet to see JO42 Productions release any kind of documentation about where $54,000+ went making that film. Where did all the money go? We know from the Skype logs that Davis leaked that a good deal of the money went to moving Davis from Canada to Vegas and buying him and fixing him up a car so he could travel there. But that still leaves out tens of thousands of dollars, hopefully. So where did all that money go? I'm really interested, because it's certainly not on the screen.
Well, that about wraps it up for Jordan Owen 42. I wish him luck in his future endeavours, complaining about how games are pushing a social justice agenda by having a lesbian in them.
And because everybody already knows my opinion of Dyke Mansion 3D.
That's almost as salient as the part where he criticises the walk speed that you can change.
Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time. Until then, I'm gonna spend all that lucrative YouTube Red ad money. How much did I make again? Oh boy!
this week I'd like to thank... Oh, wow, there's a ton of people. I just made a joke about having no money, and here's all these lovely people who've given me money. In alphabetical order, Amanda Beverly, Alexander Corbett, Kieran Dackler, Jason Walter, hello, you're new, Bob Leonard, Rob Brunt, Jenny Angel, who both likes my videos enough to give me money and deals with my shit posting on Something Awful, and Kevin M. Mkney. Oh, and Tyler J as well.
Thanks for watching, and until next time, remember to smile like your designated race is supposed to.